Guys, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. Today I'll be doing the fictional book boyfriends book tag. So this is a tag that I've been wanting to do for a while because secretly I have a lot of book boyfriends. I have a lot of boys and books that I absolutely love. Some I'm obsessed with more than others. So I'm dedicating a whole video to just talking about them and answering some questions in this tag that have to do with your favorite fictional boys. I'll link the creators of this tag down below, as well as the questions to it if you want to check it out. So let's just get started with question number 1, which is your most romantic boyfriend. There's quite a bit of those that I have, but I had to go with Ryder from The Problem with Forever, which is my favorite book of all time. And one of the reasons I like this book so much is because of its characters, and I really feel hard for the love interest in this book. He is definitely really romantic. He's so sweet to the main character, Mallory. They have been friends for years and have reunited in this book, and he treats her as if they had never spent any time apart. He goes right back into his friendship with her and treats her so well. He treats her like a guy should treat his friend and girlfriend. He does a lot of romantic gestures with her, so I definitely have to say he is my most romantic fictional boyfriend so far. Number 2 is a dark and moody bad boy with a good side. I had to go with Reese from A Court of Thorns and Roses. I love Reese. I know a lot of people love him, and I'm definitely one of them, though I have to say, because he came across as like the bad guy type in the first book, I did not like him at first in Alcatraz at all. But when I read the second book, I fell in love with him so hard. We really got to see more of his character in the second book, and we get to see that he's not all bad as he seems, and he actually has quite a big heart. So I definitely have to say he is a character who is a bad boy, but he does have such a good side to him. Number 3 is a paranormal boyfriend. I decided to go with Damon from the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I really fell in love with Damon, which is weird because usually I don't fall for the bad boy type. But what I like about Damon is that he is a bad boy, but he has more to him. He's actually can be quite caring, which I really liked seeing. And because of that, I could also put him with the second question, which is a dark and moody character with a good side, because he also falls into that category. I like that he had a secret sweet side to him that we got to see. Number 4 is a boyfriend you want to tame. I had a hard time coming up with an answer to this one because there's no fictional boyfriend that I have that I want to change. The reason I love them so much is because I love them for who they are. But I knew I had to come up with some type of answer. So I decided to go with Kale from the Throne of Glass series, who is my favorite character of this series. I don't love this series, but Kale really saves this series for me because I really love his character. He is pretty serious, pretty stoic all the time. And I guess if I had to tame him, I would make him more relaxed and outgoing and a lot more sweeter. Those are the only things that I would change about him, but I still love him for his character, and I do think we do get to see some very endearing sides to him every so often, but most of the times he's like really serious, and I just think he needs to be a little less serious all the time. The next one is interesting, a boy you friend zone. So I went through all of the fictional boys that I love and tried to figure out which one I would friend zone. I went with Momiji, and he is from the Fruits Basket series, which is a manga series that I talk about quite a bit because it's my favorite manga series ever. I love Momiji so much. He is so adorable. He is the cutest character out of all the characters in this series. But I can never see myself having a relationship with him because, as you can see on the cover of this book, he looks very childlike, and I feel like we would be very awkward together because one, I am much older than him. He is 15 years old, but he also looks like he's like 10 years old. So based on that fact, I don't think I would want to be in a relationship with him. Although I do have to say, later on in the series, puberty finally hits him and he looks much older and mature, and actually I do have to say he does look quite hot, quite sexy at the end of this book. But based on the fact that he looks like a child most of the time throughout the series, I probably would never date him, but I still love his personality. He is just so incredibly sweet and funny. Number 6 is your soulmate. So your fictional boyfriend that is like your ultimate fictional boyfriend, I guess is what this question is saying. I'm going back to Fruits Basket, and if you have watched my videos before, you probably know who I'm going to say. That would be Kyo, my ultimate fictional boyfriend. I love him so much. I love him so much. If he was real, I would like make him date me. I'm not even kidding. I'm that obsessed with him, even though he would probably hate me because he's not a people person and he's not the type of guy who would date anyone unless that someone is Toru, who is the main character of this book. But other than Toru, he probably would never date anyone else, but like I would make him date me because I love him so much. I love him for his personality. Even though he does fall into the bad boy trope, he has so many layers to his character that I just love, that make him so much more interesting, aside from the fact that he is kind of a bad boy. And he also does have this kind of secret sweet side that I love. So I definitely have to say he is my soulmate and my ultimate fictional boyfriend for sure. Number 7 is boyfriend you would want to elope with. I try to think of characters who I could see myself having a forbidden love story with, because I feel like with elopements, and this isn't all the time, but oftentimes they're for couples who are like getting married in secret. So I try to think of a fictional boy who I could see myself having a forbidden love story with. And I ended up going with Miles from Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I really loved Miles, but I couldn't see my friends or family ever approving of a relationship with him at all. Based on the fact that Miles isn't someone who likes to get into a relationship. He's only with a girl for sex, and that's it. He's not a relationship guy. He's someone who only has no strings attached relationships. And normally I would never go for guys like that, but throughout this book we get to see a side to his personality that is very endearing, and we get to see him open up more, share more of his past, and I really fell in love with him for his bravery and how strong he is for what he had been through. And I think we could be very great together if he got past the fact that he doesn't date and only has no strings attached relationships, because I'm not all for that. But I feel like we would elope, because I can't see any of my friends or family approving of a relationship with him because he's only in it for the sex. But I still love him, and I could totally see myself eloping with him. Number 8 is a boyfriend you'd venture anywhere with. I went with a character from a book I actually just finished today, so it's very fresh on my mind, and I can see myself going on adventures with this character. That is Reese from A Quiet Kind of Thunder. In this book, this character and the main character go on a secret adventure with each other, so because I got to see him traveling with someone else, I could just see myself traveling with him, and I feel like we would have so much fun together because he's someone who really likes to have fun. He likes to explore things. He really likes to go on adventures, so I feel like we would have a lot of fun just traveling the world together. Number 9 is a boyfriend you'd want to be stranded on an island with. I chose Clarke from The Unexpected Everything. I love him so much, so I had to like try to fit him into one of these questions, but I could definitely see myself being stranded on an island with him and not mind it. Clarke is a character I can see myself getting along really well with. He's also a writer, so I feel like he could be able to like tell me stories while we're stranded on an island, so he'd be able to keep me entertained. That is one reason why I think I would like to be stranded on an island with him. I think we'd have a lot of fun together. And the last one is most badass boyfriend. So I went with Tobias, and he is from The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moreci. This is another book that I just recently read and is possibly my favorite book of the year. not even kidding. And I really loved the main character. I fell in love with his character. I love the fact that he's so badass. In this book, he competes in so many battles, and we really get to see him fight and get to see his dark side when he fights, because he really gets into his dark side during these battle scenes that I really liked seeing. But even though he's badass, he also has a sweet side to him, which I loved. So that's the end of this tag. Let me know in the comments, who is your ultimate fictional book boyfriend? The fictional boy that you love above all others. Like I said, mine is Kyo. I love him so much. I don't think I'll ever stop loving him. But I'm interested to see who you guys pick, so let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for more bookish related videos. Also be sure to click that bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you are notified when I post new videos. And if you want to hear more from me outside of YouTube, be sure to follow my social media. Those links will be down in the description box below. And I'll be back really soon. Bye!